Hey, what up everybody, it's Sinny, and this is Gems of War on PS4. And today I just want to show some of the invasion teams you can use this weekend if you're planning on doing your invasions this weekend and you need a little bit of help. While Tacet's doing the doggy paddle and Dorian, hope you're safe, man. I'm just going to show some of the teams from the event video. Credit to him, and explain it and show you how to get the troops and just show it in action a little bit. So I'm on stage 5 here, and this is the lower level team for people that don't have like 2 thous or two of the event troops and stuff like that. If you only have one of the event troops, you can use this team right here. It only has the one legendary troop. Hopefully you have Davinia. It's one of the best legendary troops there is. Really good support. But other than that, we got Thumaris, the event troop, Mace of Claws, it's the event weapon, Dragotar, and Davinia. I wasn't sure what banner to use. It's because we're covering every single color. I just did brown green, but you can probably find a different one, a mixture of, if you do something with 2 green or 2 brown, or maybe just do 2 blue and purple for the event troop or something like that. Just gonna show this off to you here, but this would be the lower level one in case you only have 1 thou. But pretty much there's a formula for invasions in almost any guild event. You want to include the event troop, either the event weapon or Mang, Earth's Fury, Trickster Shot, something like that, and then some kind of support troop that's gonna give you some mana for these troops. And if you can do 2 of the event troop, that's even better. So that's usually the formula. Definitely use the event troop. Definitely use either the event weapon, Mang, Earth's Fury, Trickster Shot, something like that, and then something that's going to give you a lot of mana or attack or something like that. Alright, so let's show this in action. And the way you get the event troop, you're going to have to buy in the shop, you're going to have to buy the event troop with gems. And hopefully you have enough to get the event troop and the event weapon, but you at least want to get one of the event troop, and maybe you can ascend it with orbs, because the higher you get it ascended, the more damage it'll do. It'll do a bunch of skull damage, and it'll one-shot the towers, I think pretty much almost every time, especially if you got it to mythic. But you want to get it up as high as you can, legendary, mythic, something like that. The higher you get it, the better, and the more of them you get, the better. Usually you only want like 2 of them, but if you can at least get it up to legendary, hopefully mythic, and then after that if you can get like 2 of them, that'd be great. That's with every invasion troop. You want to get them ascended as much as you can, maybe save some orbs for that, or a bunch of gems to buy a bunch of this troop so you can just ascend it that way, because the siege breaker and everything does more damage the higher it is ascended, just like every other event troop. So let's show this thing in action. We got a ton of potions. It's pretty much pay to win on these. They're not that hard to begin with, but it's also kind of pay to win, because if you have a bunch of gems, you can buy all the way up to the weapon, you can buy a bunch of the event troop, then you get a bunch of potions, you can ascend the event troop. So the more gems you have, the further you're going to get. It's kind of pay to win. Not a bunch of skill involved, and it's usually the same kind of team every week. It's not that hard to figure out. It's going to be some mixture of the event troop, Mang, the event weapon, Trickster Shot, Earth's Fury, and some sort of support, and maybe 2 of the event troops. Just some sort of mixture of that. The only thing you're really going to have to figure out is the extra, 1 or 2 troops from the kingdom or whatever that you're limited to, and that's the only thing you really have to figure out. So not that hard to make a team for these, and they're not that hard to begin with anyways. So, but you always want to use the event troop and one of the weapons I mentioned. So Alright, what do we got here? Let's go ahead and just kill one of the towers with this. He's gonna one-shot a tower. It's because he's ascended. Does more damage the higher you ascend them. Then the skull damage is pretty good, especially once you get 4 towers. Because he hits the towers for a ton of damage if it's skull damage. Either way, the event troop is going to crush a tower, whether it's skulls or a spell. Then we got the Mace of Claws here. It deals 33 damage to an enemy, boosted by dragon allies. Then create a mixture of 6 red and purple gems for each dragon ally, and we have 3 dragon allies. And the class I'm using is just hopefully Plague Lord, because I'm just leveling it up. But you might be able to use Dragon Guard here and make it even more powerful, but you don't even really need to do that. So we'll just hit this right here, spawn a bunch of purple and red, and explode Divinia's red. Got our event troop up again, kill that other tower. He deals 33 damage to an enemy. If they are a tower, deal 3 times to 5 times damage based on my ascensions. Explode 3 red gems. So, if you have him at the normal ascension, he's going to do 3 times damage. Legendaries 4 times. Mythics 5 times. So you'll be able to see a difference the further you go. If you don't have him ascended at all, it's not going to one-shot eventually. If you only have it legendary, it's only going to go so far. And if you have it at mythic, it'll pretty much one-shot the whole way through. Maybe towards the very end it might stop doing that, but I think you can pretty much make it through the whole, all the way through all the stages one-shotting. So let's use this team again real quick, and then I'll switch to a higher level team for people who have 2 of the event troops. But yeah, a lot of pay to win on these events. Like I said, even though they're not that hard, the more gems you have, the more potions you're going to get, the more ascended your event troop is going to be, the more copies of the event troop you're going to have, etc, etc. Let's cast this so we can spawn a bunch of red and purple and hopefully get up our event troop. We'll just hit this first guy here. Now we have our event troop up. We also have a red extra turn there. Should I do that? No, might as well in case something cascades. There we go. Got a skull off the cascade. Another one here. Alright, and like in Dragatar, usually you won't use him. He's just a dragon to put in there. That's everybody pretty much has. Chance to summon on death. And he'll give 18 attack and armor to all the dragon allies. So he's just, I don't even use him that much, but occasionally you'll be able to use him. But mostly he's just there to be a dragon. And if he happens to be the only one with this turn up and there's nothing else to do, you can give attack to that first troop to give even more skull damage to him and protect him with some more armor. Let's go ahead and kill a tower. Do this one just because he has, well, it don't matter. Both of them need the same amount of mana. Divinia we got up, so Divinia of course explodes all red gems and cleanses all allies and gives them 25 life. So a pretty beefy team. This thing's giving us 25 life. This thing's given 18 attack and armor boosted by yellow gems. Lots of exploding on this team as well. This one destroys the column. This one's blowing up red. This one's blowing up red. This one's spawning red and purple, so pretty good synergy here. And we got purple, so that gets our event troop up. Let's go ahead and kill the tower. I don't really care about the skulls. And what do we got? 6 red, or we can do Dragotar. There's 3 yellow here. Let's just do it. Just to use them, just to make them feel useful. Bam, dead. This is one of the best things to go ahead and complete out. Really good rewards. Plus, you're helping your guild that you're hopefully in. One more time with this team, and then we'll switch to the other team once we get to 3 towers. got our weapon up right away. Gotta love those pay-to-win potions. Let's go ahead and kill the first troop there, though. Now we will go ahead and kill a tower, and you want to, if you have both of these up at the same time, like if you have the event troop up and the weapon up, you want to go ahead and use the event troop first, because the weapon's going to be spawning red and purple, and you're going to want to do this one first. That way he can soak up the red, or the purple, I mean, that the weapon's going to do. So you don't want to do them in the other order. You don't want to do the weapon and then the troop. You want to do the event troop and then the weapon. Okay, so let's do the event troop now. Let's try to kill this fool. Skulls will kill that guy, and then the event troop will kill the tower, so that's what we'll do. Easy peasy. Tons of damage with that ascended event troop. Alright, let's switch to the other team now. So we're just going to get rid of Dragotar. But you could also put a World Breaker here if you have them. I just didn't want to do that because this is trying to show a low level team, and we already have Davinia in there, and that's a legendary. So but you can also replace him with World Breaker if you want to, and then that spot will be a little bit more useful, though you probably won't need it. And like I said with the weapon, you can also use Mang. That'd be your #1 choice. Earth's Fury, this event weapon, of course, and maybe even Trickster Shot, something like that that's going to take armor and convert it to attack or power. So we're going to take out Dragotar, and we'll put in another event troop. And then we'll just put it like this. And now I'll probably switch the banner, since, let's see, we still cover every single color though. Really we want to get the event troop up more than anything, so I'll probably do one of these. 2 purple, 1 blue, minus yellow. With all the potions we got, it's not going to matter if we minus that yellow on Davinia. So we'll go ahead and do that. And now we have 2 of the event troop, so really going to be taking down towers quickly, and if one dies, the next one can step up. This guy is going to be spawning, or making red and purple gems for both of these troops, or all 3 of the rest of the troops. So let's go ahead and do this team. And the only thing about this is you need 2 of the event troop, so you're gonna have to buy multiples and then either ascend with orbs, or get enough to where you have 2 of them. Just make sure you don't ascend the event troop and then only end up with 1 of them. It's probably better if you have 2 of them than to ascend to the next level. But I don't know, that's debatable, because then your 1 would be more powerful. You can just use the team we were just using. Alright, let's see. Let's take that, try for that blue. We got it. Alrighty. Let's take the event troop now, because we want to do that before we do this, because we're going to be spawning that purple. And we want to soak up as much purple as we can. Make sure to hit the event troop, or the tower with the event troop and not the other troops. We could do these skulls. And let's just let them have them. We'll go ahead and hit the Val Raven with that. Would have been nice to get an extra turn there. We have Davinia up. We can do that. Now we have both our event troops up. This is pretty much done with. Go ahead and kill these 2 towers, and the Raven's gonna burn to death. And there we go. And this is the first time there's the new Raven towers. It's pretty much just when you have 4 towers, instead of you're not knowing which one's the Raven. Now it's a tower, and it can teleport away, and you still get credit for the tower and everything as long as you kill it before it teleports away. Just kind of made it make more sense once you have 4 towers, because before it was like, I guess it's even when you have 3 towers here. So I guess Raven towers just appear randomly like a raven would. Gain 8 life, armor, and also barrier. Destroy all gems of a chosen color. There's a 30% chance to teleport away. And that's what it looks like there. A bunch of ravens on a tower. So we're going to get that one first. Make sure you target the raven tower first. Grab this extra turn. Should I do the skulls? Last time we didn't, and we lost them, so let's just go ahead and do it. Got our Divinia up off of that. I could probably kill that first troop right here. Now we'll hit that raven tower after we grab this blue. Get rid of that, make sure it doesn't teleport away. And then we'll use the other event troop. Hit this one, since it's got the most mana, we don't want it doing anything, if possible. And now we will use our weapon. Try to get those 2 event troops back up again. Hopefully you're able to get it all the way up to +9. It's got a couple good traits on the end of it. It burns. It has a firestorm. This purple we don't even need though, because we're just going to kill the tower. Didn't really have to do anything there, but one shot. So just a bunch of easy one shots, a bunch of exploding, a bunch of skull damage. Pretty easy this week. But yeah, like I said, there's a formula to this. Pretty easy. Event troop, mang, and then some kind of stuff to fill them up. The only thing you really have to think about is that other extra troop. The team's made for you. If you look at these first 3 slots, that's going to be the same thing every time pretty much. You may have mang in first slot. You may have the event weapon instead in third like we got here, but most of the time it's going to be 1 or 2 of the event troops, 1 of the weapons I mentioned, and then something to fill them up. It's not rocket science, and it's definitely not hard when you got tons of potions and you're just one-shotting stuff. This is like, ever since they put potions in, it just isn't even a challenge anymore really. Maybe once you get to the very end it's kind of a challenge, but kind of, you know, not even that fun. A lot of the stuff in this game is like a grind. Just a grind and pay to win. I'm not putting it down, but I like to see more stuff where it's like it takes talent and being good at the game instead of just grinding and pay to win. Because that's all this is right here. This is a grindy pay to win event that you don't even have to pay to win. Got our weapon up. I could take this purple extra turn, or I could cast this weapon and hope for an extra turn. I think I'll just take the, you know, the bird in the hand here, and then hope for one in the bush. Ooh, we got it. Okay, we'll take this, get that red. Also, we got the event troop up now. We got this brown we can take. Let's go ahead and cast the event troop. Kill one of the towers. Doesn't really matter which one at this point. Got skulls. You can watch how this event troop is just gonna crush this tower with skulls. After I take this green. Bam! One-shot skulls too. Anything this event troops does to a tower is just crushing it in one hit. And that makes it so super hard, don't it? Alright, one more time and then we'll be done here. Hopefully you got something out of this video. I know it's not any reinvention of the wheel. It's kind of a reiteration of something from earlier in the week. But he didn't really show any battles. And, you know, sometimes I like to explain in detail stuff that, you know, sometimes people don't catch the first time around. So let's cast this weapon. And we got a red extra turn. What else? Brown and red down here. And we'll cast a Vinya unless I see an extra turn. Could take blue and yellow. We don't need yellow though. Got our event troop up. Any extra turns? Don't see any. We'll do event troop on this guy since he has the most mana. Try to keep them from doing anything if possible. Which I don't even think a tower is cast yet, to be honest. Shouldn't have took that, but I did. Oops. I'll cast this on this just to get it out of here. Our event troop's gonna cream those towers anyway. Let's take this so we can also take... So we can take the other one also. Which we don't even need, so I don't know what I'm doing. Green extra turn. Skulls are gonna obliterate this tower in one hit. Oh, okay. My bad. That is the blue and brown tower. It will not obliterate that one because it has granite skin. But any other tower, it'll destroy. So we got what we need here. We got 2 of the event troops up. And see you later. And that's how it's done. And it's going to be pretty much that easy throughout the whole thing. Unless you're going for leaderboard or something. I can't imagine you'll have very much trouble. Stage 7 is a nice orb reward. That's great. But yeah, like I said, try to buy up through... You always want to buy at least up through here. And then, you know, for the enchantment and the explosion, really nice. Those are the best 2 potions. Plus you get the event troop, which you need. So pretty much always at least buy the first 2 tiers. And then the 3rd tier I always buy because I always want the weapons. You never know what weapon is gonna be included in some crazy team in the future. That's just meta. So you want to buy it while you can so you don't have to wait around for the Soul Forge or for it to somehow come back around. So, you know, it's like Mang, Trickster Shot, Divine Protector, all these weapons that people can't get anymore unless they just started releasing them in the Soul Forge, but you couldn't get them for a really long time unless you got them the very first time you were able. So just like those, make sure you get the weapon whenever you can, whenever you have the gems to do it. And then, if possible, go all the way up to this so you can make sure you have 2 of the troop at least, and then you can maybe ascend it. Hopefully you have orbs to ascend it so you don't have to buy any further. But yeah, I would never buy any further than that unless you're going for the leaderboard. Even here is pretty far. You pretty much only need to complete the thing out, just buy up to this. But I always recommend getting the weapon just so it doesn't disappear forever and then all of a sudden it's meta. And then if you can, buy up to tier 4, but that's the highest I'd recommend going. Hopefully you have orbs or something to get your event troop up to the highest level, because the higher it's ascended, the more damage you'll do, the easier everything is. Pay to win, easy formula. Hopefully y'all got something out of this. Stay safe here in that hurricane. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.